Is getting rid of clutter difficult for you, especially sentimental items? Today we're going to talk about how to get rid of those things or what to do with those things that have sentimental value on this morning's Coffee with Colleen. Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Colleen. My name is Colleen Hammond. I am a former on camera meteorologist for the Weather Channel, turned executive image consultant, coach, and mentor. Basically, I teach women in 30 days or less to take the guessing out of dressing so that every single solitary outfit in your closet makes you look and feel like $1 million. Because don't you have that one outfit that, like, every time you want to feel good, you put that outfit on? I teach you so that every outfit in your closet is that way. So today we're going to be talking about how to get rid of sentimental things. Clutter is bad enough, but when it's stuff that you have these emotional attachments to, it makes it even worse. And it's almost like it's being disrespectful, like you're snubbing your grandmother because you've gotten rid of, her plastic fruit. But it has that a memory or that emotion or something tied to it, right? But you're not required to keep everything that you've inherited. You're not required to keep every birthday card that you've ever received. You're not required to keep all 27 bridesmaid dresses that you wore that were ugly and the wrong color and didn't fit. and sometimes clutter is just that sentimental stuff. It's just junk. It just needs to be thrown out. And got to let go of the guilt. Exactly, Fiona. But sometimes those items are valuable and you haven't properly stored them or they're not being properly taken care of. So we're going to talk about that today. Good morning, Sarah. Sorry for that. You just check the replay. You can always check it on YouTube and get the notes as well. So here are 10 ways to let it go. And I was going to play the music, but because of all the copyright infringement, they would, I'd have been thrown in Facebook jail and YouTube would shut me down. So learning to let it go. Yeah, sometimes they're treasures, Andrea. You're absolutely right. But number one is ditching the guilt, like Fiona said. Do you really love this item? Or do you feel guilty if you got rid of it or donated it? Is it the item or is it the guilt? Is it something that has intrinsic value or some special memory? Or do you just not want to get rid of it because you'd feel bad? So see if there's any guilt associated with it. See if there are any feelings associated with the person who gave it to you or with the item itself. Is it, and I was going to go get some old things that I still have. Is it the item or is it just special because the person that gave it to you, right? So making those connections and getting rid of the guilt. Number two, once you've done that and you're able to disassociate the person from the item, look at that item, evaluate the item in and of itself. What is it that you're sentimental about when it goes to that? The object or the giver? Again, making that distinction between the person and what they have given you or how you associate it with that person. Is it a memory of the person? Is it a memory of a place? Is it a remembrance of a time? And see, the thing is, good morning, Maria, Jocelyn, Patty, everybody's jumping in, Amy. The thing is that you'll always have that memory. Do you need the item to keep reminding you of the memory? Or is the memory locked in here? Is the memory in your journal? Is the memory elsewhere in a photograph? We'll talk about photographs in just a minute. So that memory will remain even if the object itself is gone, right? So again, disassociating the item from the person because the memory remains even if that person is gone. Good morning, coffee addicts, says my sister Sherry. Hey, Lori, how you doing? So number three, let go of expectations. Okay, here we go. Do you think the person who gave it to you expects you to put it on display? Expects you to wear it on a regular basis? Expects you to use it? The thing about a gift is there shouldn't be expectations or strings attached, right? Do you give gifts and expect people? I mean, it would be nice if you gave a gift and, somebody appreciated it and you saw them using it and that type of thing. But if you have, good morning, Kim, if you have pressure to keep it, even though it doesn't fit, it's the wrong color, it's hideous, it's plastic fruit, it's, whatever. A gift is given, it's now yours to do with what you please. So now this becomes a boundary issue, right? We talked about boundaries a lot, where we need to set boundaries with people. If they're expecting us to do something, if there's that expectation of and that control that you're supposed to do something with it, maybe that needs to be reevaluated. Hey, good morning, Brenda. So letting go of that expectation and cutting those strings of that kind of maybe passive aggressive behavior on the giver's part, that you feel this pressure to keep it, because if they come over and they don't see it on your mantle, you're in big trouble. So number 4, I'm sorry, I skipped number 4. Convert it to something digital. So documents or photographs, they're going to last longer if you scan them and keep them digitally. Some of those things you want to keep, right? So make sure that you scan them so that you can keep them, because they're going to last longer digitally, and then store them safely. Because some documents you just don't want to have destroyed or given away, right? But other things like children's toys that have sentimental value, take a picture of your grown-up child with that toy. You have pictures of the children playing with the toy when they were little, and then donate them, contact a relative, see where it can be used elsewhere, because now you have a picture. What are you going to do with the actual rubber ducky? Right? But it would be cute to look at the picture. Oh, remember that rubber ducky? Where is that rubber ducky? Oh, it's right here. And now what? So what if you have it or you don't, right? Do you really have to have that toy? Same thing goes with, a lot of different things that you have, sentimental furniture or something like that that's all broken down and ruined, and like, oh, I know I can't use it, but it was my mother's, or whatever. And we'll get to that in just a minute. But basically, we're talking about documents and photographs right now. If you want a copy of today's notes, comment me in the comments section here on Facebook or on YouTube. Sent me a Facebook message. And if if you want a copy of those things, you can do that, because in the notes, I have a link to a couple of different services, GoPhoto, that will transfer those photos into digital copies for you, for a price, obviously. And then there's a couple of online services where you can actually take all of those photographs and convert them into a book. There's MPix or Blurb or a couple of other different companies. But the links to those companies are in today's notes. So if you're watching me live on my business page, not on my personal page, and you want a copy of those notes, put me in the comments section below, and then check your Facebook messages and follow the directions there. If you're following me or watching this on YouTube or my blog, anyplace else, send me a note on Facebook Messenger or send me an email and ask me for the notes, and I will look into that for you. So have everything converted to digital. Number 5, contact your relatives. If this is a family heirloom that doesn't work for you, maybe it'll work for another relative. If it's your grandmother's furniture, maybe another relative can use it. If it's your children's toys, maybe those things can be passed along, right? Let me catch up on a note really quick. Giveaways. Yeah, there's just great comments going on. And again, like, comment, and share, because then Facebook boosts us into the live feed, right? So contact the relatives is number 5. Number 6, donate it or sell it. Sometimes, something may have value, but maybe not to you. And it may be an antique. Do some research. You might be able to sell it to an antiques dealer, or maybe a family member, again, of course, that may like it better than you do. Number 7, repurpose it or recycle it. Make it into something new. If it is an old broken down piece of furniture, maybe you can repurpose it. Maybe it's grandma's beautiful clustered ring, right? And the setting isn't something that you particularly like. Take it to a jeweler and have those stones reset into a ring or a pendant that you would like. If you have a dress that has some sentimental value, maybe you can have that garment restructured and made into something else. I know many people that take their wedding gowns and convert them into christening gowns, baptismal gowns for their children. Broken down furniture can be converted into an end table. And you just take those legs or whatever and make it into an end table. And you have the pictures of the original item that was all busted up, but now you can convert it into something that you can actually use. So repurpose it or recycle it. Number 8 doesn't mean you have to get rid of everything, right? Well, why don't you just take the best out of a collection? Maybe there's that one piece of plastic fruit that actually is pretty decent and you can get rid of the rest. I read about plastic fruit this morning and I just laughed so hard. This cornucopia of plastic fruit. And I remember my grandma had one. And I just couldn't get that. So this plastic fruit keeps coming back in my head. But you can keep 1 or 2 keepsakes and get rid of the rest. Take the best of everything and then donate, repurpose, recycle, give to another relative or whatever of the rest of it. Keep the best, get rid of the rest. So instead of keeping the entire crystal collection, which is more valuable, so frankly, as a collection. So this is kind of a bad example, but keep a pair of wine glasses. Maybe your mother had a grouping of pictures on the wall and it has such a mental value, but I like this one picture, or I liked all the frames. Maybe you can repurpose those frames or keep that one picture or, something like that out of the entire grouping. And then commit to taking care of that one keepsake item and storing it properly. Because the worst thing, you want to have something on display that maybe has family significance, but the worst thing that can happen, trust me, I know, is that it gets broken. So if something does have significant value, make sure you're taking care of it properly. Of course, number 9 is donate it. Plenty of people have nothing and they would cherish that item that you're not using it. It's cluttered up out there. I'm kind of looking. This is because I'm going through this right now. That's why this topic is relevant, because of that pile of stuff that you can't see. That's right in the other room, right over there. So somebody else would really love to have this stuff. Let them have it. Hey, Tina, good morning. Brandon's here. Nice to see ya. Rebecca, how you doing? Liz, I didn't see you sneak in. So donate it. And sometimes your friends, if your friends have it, they would appreciate a rehomed item as well. And number 10, here's the biggie. Do you live with a hoarder? That's tough. That's really tough. Give them a space that's theirs to clutter, preferably out of eyeshot so nobody can see it. This is their one room. They can stuff it full of whatever they want, or this is their particular area. They can fill it with whatever they want. That's fine. That's a compromise. And then maybe they can have 1 or 2 of their more cherished items on display in the regular household area. But the problem really does become when one person is a hoarder and the other person isn't. There's a lot of compromise and communication that needs to take place there. So again, these 10 steps to get rid of sentimental things. First of all, you got to get rid of the guilt. I put that number 1 for a big reason, because guilt is a huge issue. Number 2, evaluate the item in and of itself, without the emotion, without the memory, without the guilt and the strings attached, and see if it's really something you want to have. Number 3, let go of other people's expectations. When they gave you this gift, it is now yours to do with as you see fit. Number 4, convert it to something digital. That's very powerful. And again, in today's show notes, you will see links to GoPhoto, Blurb, and MPix, and different things that you can actually convert those things to digital. They'll do that for you, or you can convert it into books and have the books of the pictures of valuable things. Number 5, contact a family member and give it to them. Number 6 is donate it to a needy cause. Number 7 is repurpose and recycle it when possible. Number 8, keep 1 or 2 things. I'm not saying ditch everything. I'm not heartless. I'm not getting rid of everything that's in that pile right over there. I just have to disassociate from it a little bit. Number 9, then donate it. And of course, number 10, if you do live with a hoarder, then it's time for some compromise. So I hope this list was helpful to you. If you feel that this video was something that you would like to see again, make sure that you subscribe to me on YouTube so you'll know when I upload videos, normally 3 to 5 days a week. But subscribe over there and like, comment, and share, because you know what? social media likes that kind of stuff, and it kind of boosts our numbers a little bit higher so that more people can take advantage of seeing this as well. All right, so if you're watching live, hang around. I'll be right back. And if you are watching this as a recording, thanks for joining us, and I will see you next time. Take care. God bless. Bye.